Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about the new Netflix movie Carry On. This is a momentous occasion for me here on YouTube because this is the first time I'm doing a review on something that I worked on. I was a background extra on this movie for 2 weeks. 2 great weeks, 2 terrible weeks, 2 weeks that I was ready to be done with, and now I kind of miss. But that's a conversation for another time. We're just talking about the movie here today. I have some minor critiques of this movie, but otherwise, I think that this movie turned out pretty great. Just to get my minor critiques out of the way early, I just wanted to start off by saying it looked like maybe they used some ADR whenever our main couple is walking from the house to the car and in the car driving to work, those conversations in there. Maybe there was some ADR in there because the audio didn't quite match the mouth movements for me. Now, I will say it wasn't changing of the dialogue. It was just re-recorded dialogue, if anything, because the dialogue still matched the mouth movements. But I don't know. Was there? Did anyone else notice that? If you've seen the movie, I couldn't find anything on it, Google searching it, or on the IMDb trivia or anything. So maybe it's just me. Maybe the shadows and the lighting just threw me off. Maybe my brain is delayed, but I thought that I noticed some ADR. But even if they did use some ADR, it's not really a problem. My only issue is that I wish I hadn't noticed it. That's a me problem, not a them problem. Most people wouldn't notice it, especially if they did have it. It looked good enough to where most people wouldn't notice. Not like the Madam Web ADR that broke my brain a couple months ago. That was atrocious. My only other critique of this movie, and I guess I should say now, spoiler alert, there's gonna be spoilers for this movie in this video, so just be forewarned. But my only other critique is that there's a fight scene in a car at one point in this movie, and the fight scene itself is fine, but the effects going on during that fight scene, whenever you're seeing outside of the window of the car, look a little cartoonish for me, and they took me out of the movie a little bit. All the other effects and stunts and everything in this movie are great. That's my only issue in terms of, special effects. But yeah, those are my only real criticisms of the movie. As far as the rest of the movie goes, I don't have all that much to say about it without breaking down the plot. But what I will say is that I think it was really well done and I really enjoyed it. I think that the tension really worked. I think that the suspense really worked. And overall, it felt grounded like it should. Carry On was sort of packaged as a Christmas movie, and I don't necessarily think that it is. I think that if you take out all the Christmas elements of this movie, you're basically left with the same movie. There's a few things you'd have to tweak here and there, but otherwise you'd have the same movie. But what I will say is I'm someone who really enjoys a Christmas theme in a movie or a TV show, whether it's technically a Christmas movie or a Christmas TV show or not. And I think there are a lot of people like me out there. And so from a marketing standpoint, from an idea standpoint, it was genius because all they had to do is throw in some Christmas element to this movie, release it in December, package it as a Christmas movie, and look what you get. You get the most viewed Netflix movie in all of 2024. So from Netflix, that's a great idea. I think that this movie had a lot of great acting in it. I would say I'm surprised or I would say I'm impressed, but I kind of already figured that it would have a lot of great acting. After seeing many of the cast members do their thing on set for 2 weeks, it was kind of something that I was expecting. Taron Egerton is fantastic in this movie, and I hope I said his last name right, but he's fantastic in this movie and he was a great fit for the lead role. I'm honestly surprised he's not in more things. Like, he's been in some things, some high profile things that people know, but it just feels like for his talent level, he should be in even more. Jason Bateman plays a great villain in this movie, and it was really cool to see him act up close for a few of his scenes. I don't really have that big of a sample size for Jason Bateman. I haven't seen him in all that much, but just based on this film, I'm becoming a fan. I honestly forgot Theo Rossi was in this movie until I watched it because I never saw him on set, but he did a great job as well as a secondary villain. He's in a lot of shows and movies, and honestly, he gets a lot of roles, but I think he deserves bigger roles. Going into this movie, I wasn't super familiar with a lot of the other cast members like Sophia Carson, Dean Norris, Danielle Deadwire, but I think they all did a great job and I didn't really see any weak spots throughout the movie in terms of acting. I've been a background extra in a lot of different movies and TV shows over the years, and a lot of those movies and TV shows don't have particularly good reviews. Some do, but most of them don't. And so it's nice to be able to do a movie review here on YouTube for a movie that I've worked on that, generally speaking, people seem to enjoy. And like I said earlier, Carry On managed to be the most watched Netflix movie in 2024, and that still just blows my mind. Bias aside, I really do think it ended up being a great movie, and I really enjoyed it. I'm never really certain with Netflix originals these days, but I do think this is one of the good ones, and I would really recommend it. But what did you think? Is it just my bias talking, or did this end up being a good movie? If you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. That's all I've really got to say about Carry On for now. I'm gonna put out another video at some point talking about the experience being on set and those type of things. So that's gonna be coming at some point, hopefully soon. But in terms of this review, that's all I've got to say for now. If you want to help me out here on YouTube, liking this video, commenting on this video, subscribing to the channel, checking out some of my other videos, all those things help me grow the YouTube channel. And yeah, until next time, bye.